Hello everyone, I hope you're well, smelling great and enjoying your favourite fragrances today. And this is what we're going to be opening. It is Ghost Spectre by French Avenue. Yeah, hello everyone. Here we are with Ghost Spectre by French Avenue. Now, I believe this is a clone of a Nishane Annie. I was just shopping through actually to try and put a few cheap fragrances on the channel that, you know, are easy attainable and affordable. Sometimes money can be tight, so buying a affordable fragrance is one way of still being able to smell great. Now, it is a clone fragrance. I believe it's a clone of Annie by Nishane. Now, I have smelt Annie. I smelt on the test strip. I've not worn it. I did actually like it, so I thought, well, let's have a look. The worst that can happen with this is it's terrible, and then I'll just pass it on to somebody. Or it might actually be quite good. I do hear some people talking about this, saying it is a very, very close copy. And I don't even know if it's meant to be a copy, actually. I don't know if it's meant to be a fragrance in its own right. It happens to smell similar. So that was the opening. It's quite a funky box. I mean, there's some effort gone into that. It's like, I mean, I bought worse niche with less going off for it. And I've been, 10 times the price. Look at that, that's just quite funky, really. It's like a niche style box. It's definitely unique. It's better than a niche box. Look at that bottle, isn't that interesting? Bullet going for it. It's like a Rubik's Cube puzzle. I don't even know how to get it out. Right. There we go, you just pull it. Yeah, look at that. It's groovy. It's glass and plastic with, I'm not sure what the button there is for. I don't know, is it James Bond related, this, with Spectre and the bullet? I hope that's not live. Right. So, yeah, I think that's a pretty groovy bottle. I can't remember how much this was. I don't think it was much. Hang on. Yeah, so a quick look online. This on Notino is the grand price of £18.60p. And I don't get it. Like the production that goes into all that. Yeah, I mean, that is a pretty groovy bottle. It's plastic and glass, but it's pretty funky. For £18, I guess the proof of this would be in the juice, so we'll get some of this on. I don't know what's in this at all, but I'm always skeptical with colognes. It's okay, wow, flipping it. Okay, wow, well that surprised me. In a good way. Wow, that is phenomenal. I am shocked. I am absolutely shocked, and the reason being is my recollection of this. This smells very, very close. It's actually smells of really good quality. I don't know if anyone smelled it, let me know. That is, I've not been wowed like that for a while, and I've been like having some pretty decent fragrances. That is phenomenal. I look straight away for fragrance in its own right. Let's say it is, or as a fragrance for a cologne. this absolutely has such a good quality vibe to it for £18. What was it? £18.60 for 100ml of that. I'm almost speechless because I'm trying to get my words out without going back on myself and sounding like a hypocrite, because I've not been a big fan of clones in the past. I'd have to smell the original. I mean, it's probably not, I don't know if it'll compare to the original. From what I smell, I mean, what I'm picking up here is I'm picking up a vanilla, and it's not a sick, cloying vanilla. It feels really well balanced. And it does feel like it's got some spices in, though I'm not able to pick them out. So immediately before getting to anything, anyone considering, you know, if you're on a budget or anything, for £18.30, I don't think you're going to go far wrong with just having this anyway. This is something I would 100% wear, absolutely 100% wear. I've tried some clones before and they're just absolute synthetic disasters, and yet this, for some reason, I'd really like to put it next to the original to see how close it is. Top notes are ginger, cardamom and bergamot. Middle notes are pink pepper, that might be the spice, blackcurrant and rose. Not really picking up much rose, but this is quite a sweet fragrance, not overtly sweet. It's got a sweetness to it, and the base notes are vanilla, cedarwood and patchouli. It's coming out as more male and unisex, and definitely unisex, absolutely unisex, and good value is the top one. I would say this is great value. Certainly got worse niche, 100% got worse niche that I paid extremely much more for. See here, I mean, like, first comment, there isn't any pros and cons on this. Yeah, I don't know much about French Avenue. I know nothing about them. Sometimes I just browse online and just have a look, and if I like the look of something, or if someone's mentioned something about it, or, you know, someone probably did mention something about this, and I thought, yeah, do you know, I quite like the look of that. I think actually what might have piqued me interest with this is I have like Annie oils. Sometimes, I've mentioned it before, is I'll get oils that are of expensive niche fragrances as opposed to getting the testers, because I find testers, most of these, find a decent provider, and a lot of these are very, very close. So this is one that I did actually really like, and I think that might have piqued me interest for this, just to get a better understanding. To buy a tester of something like Annie, you're looking probably between 10, 20 English just for a couple of mil probably. So these are like £3 each, £4 each, and they're usually pretty close in my experience. If the niche version is you know, much more quality version of this, I mean, this feels absolutely luxe. It's bizarre. I mean, that person saying it's synthetic, I won't buy it again. This I don't know, might be batch. This didn't. That's why I was like apprehensive, you know, with clones. I've had it before where I've just been chemical bombs, and this just like felt like a pure niche coming out of that. Was flipping odd. I might be sounding like I'm trying to sell this. I'm not. I've got nothing in the game with this one. Right, let's have a look at some comments. I traded this and I've regretted it since. The performance was absolute beast mode, but the scent was inoffensive, very seductive, smooth vanilla. I'd say it's almost unisex, but I have to classify it as a masculine leaning. I'd highly recommend having this in your collection, especially considering the price point. I'll be buying another. This is probably one of the best £18.30s I've spent. I think I might have paid in the 20s for this, but it's negligible. Get it, 9 out of 10. Ginger is intense note in this perfume. General mature scent, not for the teenager, and good performance and great value. So similar to Nishane Annie. I believe, is Annie a Cecile Zarokian fragrance? I believe it might be. I know she's done a one or two for Nishane. She happens to be one of my favourite fragrances, to be fair. Probably not been disappointed with anything that I've smelt of her creations. Smells good, but not getting the performance people talk about. Person is getting ginger heavy and warm spices and vanilla. I'm getting vanilla with the spicy in the background, I like pepperness, but it's not a sneezy type pepper. People saying it's a citrus bomb. I didn't get that. Let's have another. Okay, so what I did get a whiff of there, I don't know if it's because I wore it yesterday, but I got a whiff of Leighton. That's odd. I'm not wearing the same clothes and I've had a shower, so it's not like I'd be still having Leighton on me. For me, that never smelled Annie. This one is unique, very unique. Open with strong blasted ginger and citruses, but bitter cardamom. And then the dry down became sweet, sour, and warm citruses when the vanilla came in. This one's long lasting, easy 12 hours and projects for 2 to 3 hours. Just unfortunate, not my scent profile that I like. The thing that hit me first with this was the vanilla, that sweetness, and then the spice. Whereas this person, he's got it in the face with ginger and citruses. A little cracker of a scent from the off to dry down. If you asked 100 real world people to smell this, forget trolls here typing rubbish from their parents' attic. Trust me, you'd struggle to find one who'd say something anyway near negative. I get stuff from someone who sells the Dubai cologne scents who told me if they'd 50 bottles of this at a time, it still wouldn't be enough. It sells that quick. Totally, I can't highlight this enough. Totally blind buy safe for every season. It's odd. It's got a Leighton-esque smell in the opening, nothing in the dry down. What a cool battle. It really does last, just not long enough, but its aroma is actually very good. Does this feel like it'll last on me? My skin, some fragrances do last for ages, others don't. That vanilla part of the fragrance I feel is something that would last on me. The spiciness as well. How long? I don't know, there's something in my head, and again, this is first wear. It feels like a 6 hour off I'd get about that off that. Based on previous similar things to this. The smell at the opening are beautiful and modern, but the dry down and longevity are not that good enough. That's what hit me with this, the first initially opening of the smell, that knocked me back some. This sucks so bad in the opening, generally. Nothing like Annie. Maybe it needed maceration or something, but honestly, just save up for Annie. It's not a smooth cone like liquid brun is. I've not bought liquid brun. I do love Altair. Like, there's something about me putting me off getting liquid brun. So you had a negative with the opening, whereas me, it was like, wow. This just pleased me initially straight away. It's like being like comforted with a real sweet, pleasing cloud ascending. Does this need to macerate, or is my nose broken? I smell it when I spray it, and then poof, I smell nothing. Has anyone else experienced this? I mean, I love the scent profile, but why does it not seem to last? P.S. I am your classic oversprayer. I do a minimum of 15 sprays. Wow, flipping hell. I don't think I'd need, it doesn't feel like I'd need to spray any more on than what I've done. See here, this person expecting a bit more vanilla based to the reviews, but it's great and it would be amazing for winter. See, that's all I'm getting off this really, is the strong vanilla. Yeah, classic batch issues. Wow, fragrance world, crazy quality, photorealistic ginger, vanilla and cardamom. One downside is, yes, it may appeal like ginger, turmeric, milk to many, otherwise it's addictive. And what to say about that bottle, it's another reason to get it. Yeah, groovy. Don't think that's metal. I think that might just be sort of chromed plastic. This shit stinks of deep heat. Generally hate this fragrance. No idea why, because most people like it, just can't stand it. And that's fair enough. I've had that reaction to some fragrances. Well, it's not Annie, but the DNA is there. On its own merit, it's still quite amazing and punching way above its weight. Smells very unique and does turn heads. Quite masculine too, but if you want Annie sweetness, just layer with something sweet. Update, I thought it couldn't get better since the opening is already amazing. Well, I was wrong. The dry down is even better. 11 out of 10. So that's getting improvement. One of the best blind buys, the vanilla pink pepper stands out the most. And what you get is a sweet clove scent with a bit more earthiness, great richness, plenty of depth, decent longevity, but surprisingly weak sillage. It's smooth and comforting, definitely more of a fall winter evening fragrance. It's an instant love for me. I'm shocked because I usually don't like spicy masculine scents, but I can't stop sniffing my arm. Love. It's very deep, great 8th date type of late night date scent. So yeah, it's good for your 8th date. Nothing before that. 90% Annie with very good performance. A very photorealistic cardboard box fragrance. I don't know where people are getting the cardboard box from. It opens like lemon cake. It's so high quality and good smell and addicting. If you like vanilla fragrance, I didn't expect it to be that good at first, and it's beast mode. I really didn't expect this to come out the gate the way it did there. Spicy with a vanilla in the background. First impression, I'm gonna love it. Yeah, it was the other way around for me. It was the vanilla, then the spicy background. If you like Nichonnet Annie, this one is the most accurate clone. It's the same with anything. I mean, there's some love and there's some hate for this. I think majority of people are loving this. A lot of people really rating how close it is to Annie. I can't believe personally how it really come out like a quality vibe. And here it's getting a rating out of 4.41 out of 5 with that's just over 1,000 votes, which some niche, some really high end niche hasn't even got anywhere near that as a vote. So let's have another spray of that. Definitely get the Leighton vibe there. That's really odd. What would that be? It might be Cardamom and Bergamot. There is vanilla actually in Leighton. And I'm not sure if Patchouli and Cedarwood in there. Let's have a look. Okay, so just through Fragrantica, this gets 4.41 out of 5 with 1,000 votes. And Leighton gets 4.45 out of 5 with 14,000 votes. So it's only just behind one for me, which is one of the most classic fragrances ever, Leighton. So let's see what similarity. Yeah, okay. So yeah, the similarities here is Bergamot in the top note, and the base note is vanilla, cardamom, pepper, and patchouli. So that might be why, for me, I'm picking up on the Leighton vibe with this. Definitely in the opening, I think with a dry down, it loses its way down. It's not, but that opening for me, it just like it hits me like the Leighton opening, which I happen to love, and that might be why I was immediately pleased. Well, I'll leave it at that. What can I say? I've said it all. I don't want to keep going, like, labouring the point, though. For anyone who's got 20 English pounds or probably $25, and even whether you've got 10,000 fragrances in your collection, all niche, this won't go amiss in anyone's collection. For that price, for this, what can I say? And if it isn't for you, what have you lost? 20 English. You could get that on a resale if you so wished, or you could give it to a friend as a gift or whatever. you know, even charity shop. There's nothing much to lose if it ain't for you, and if it is for you, what a wonderful addition to the collection. So yeah, as always, thanks for sharing some time with me. I hope you got something out of that, and I wish you all the best, and please continue creating value in your lives and environment. Bye for now.